Welcome to Around Town, where it's a hot day here in July, and summer is, well, as my grandfather used to say, once the 4th of July comes, summer is half over, which I can't believe because it goes to September. But anyhow, but here we are, and here at the Immaculate Heart of Mary Church Parish Hall, and my director, I should say, my super director there, Ian Marx, and today our guest is Paul Brogan, former host of Downtown Dialogue. I still think he is. And, and we do our monthly series together, and, it's been a weird summer in a way because the weather's been, goodness, cool one weekend, and the next weekend we're hotter than Hades, and because now we're waiting for some severe thunderstorms to come rolling through, which haven't yet, but thank God. I hope they won't. But anyway, but it's just been a crazy summer. We're heading for the dog days of August, or dog days of summer, or some stupid thing. But
well, the dog days of August can't be much worse than the humidity we've had in July. It's been used to have a week or so in August where it would be just really oppressive, and that was about it. And the rest of it was dry and sunny, and
I know
it's just been very.
And the 4th of July fireworks were beautiful this year. I don't know if you saw them.
No, I didn't.
They were beautiful.
Did they do it?
And Never's Band was probably the best I've heard in a long time because they had the speakers way up in the air, and it really got the sound out there. But the crowd was huge.
Was it really?
Oh my gosh, they kept coming in there. It was monstrous.
I think it was a wise decision to keep it at Memorial Field too.
Of course, it's tradition.
Yeah, exactly.
So many thanks to Dave Gill and his department and everybody who made that successful. And you've been busy, I understand, teaching this summer.
Yes, Granite State College, the Ollie program, and this summer we're doing Katharine Hepburn and her films. And I had met her when she came to New Hampshire to film Golden Pond.
That's right, she was
in the summer of 1980 up at Squam Lake.
Yeah, and
I had the privilege of meeting her that summer. And meeting her a few times afterwards.
Who was Audrey Hepburn, her sister? Or
no relation.
No
relation. No, Audrey was born in Belgium, 1929.
I always thought they were related somehow.
No, Katharine Hepburn was 1907, and she was from Connecticut.
Oh, wow.
And went to Bryn Mawr, which is why she had that accent.
Yeah.
The colors are in bloom. How lovely they're fresh. Sorry.
Gracious.
People will be turning off their televisions and
know,
Facebook when they hear that. Thumbs down to my imitation.
Well, I'm glad you get your teaching there, and I'm sure the classes are interesting.
Someday you've got to take one of them as a guest.
Yeah.
Come to one of them sometime.
Yeah.
Well, just to check it out.
Yeah,
and see, because I might be able to keep a straight face with you there.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Or we can do our shtick that we do here, and they'll probably all be entertained.
Oh gosh, I know that'd be something. And then I find out today that Ian got some news too. He's got a new job opportunity that he's pretty happy about. So, yeah.
And no doubt he'll do exceedingly well.
Oh, I know.
As long as we don't let him go here.
Because he has I better not. I'll put a lasso on him. But,
okay.
What are you doing, Ian?
Drone photography, drone videography.
Drone photography. So that's quite a challenge.
Yes.
Those drones kind of scare me sometimes because but that should be a very interesting.
It should be.
Knowing him, he'll be the top of the notch.
Exactly, because if he does that as well as he does everything else.
Oh, I know.
I mean, the look of your show, every time I go onto Facebook, because it's on Facebook, and I check out the shows that everyone is, doing, and I'm so impressed. I mean, I really am. And your viewers, I hope, will check out Facebook.
Well, as we said, what's happening around, watch more of the shows. Go to facebook.com /Concord Speaks. And while you're there, press the like button.
And next year, you're coming up to 20 years.
Oh, I know. It doesn't seem possible.
No.
You know, when you think about it, really. And then, of course, we're getting ready for the Grange is starting a new project in a couple of weeks, another week or so, with this, and I'm not sure if this will get on in time, but we're going to do greet, meet, and eat. It's something that a Grange in Samberton did last year with the community, and of course Never's Band will be there. It's on Tuesday, July 26th, over here at Keach Park, and Poison Pete, who's down at the Everett Arena with his steamed hot dogs, will be here, and and then we're going to be handing out chips, bags of chips, and beverage, and the Grange will be making homemade desserts, and we'll be doing that starting at 6:30, and then we also are going to present some awards. We honor 2 members of Never's band with the Paul and Priscilla Giles Award, and we started that 2 years ago, and so 2 members of the band will be honored. And this year we're also invited Concord Heights Fire Department, Engine 7, to come over because they are touting their 50th anniversary of that station being built on Loudon Road. Of course, the Grange didn't get the credit in the book that was printed, and the one that they were talking about. I bought that book, but the Grange really were the ones that started it up here back in 1923, because they petitioned the city council for fire protection. So the first engine was Engine 5 up here, and the station, I believe, is located either on Grover Street or Pembroke Road, right in that neighborhood. And Everett Mahoney, who was a charter member of the Grange, was the first fire captain. But see, none of that ever came out until I brought it out, you know. So everybody wants to know what the Grange is. Well, that's some of the things. And of course, we also got the first police protection up here too. We petitioned the city for it. So you know, Grange has had quite a history up here.
It has.
So
it has.
you know, but people write us off as a bunch of old farmers.
Exactly.
Too
There
bad.
really is a lot of inaccurate information out there about the important role you do play and continue to play.
And we're planning the Christmas parade now. We've already started that going, and 45 years of that. This is the 65th annual coming up. And of course the tree lighting, we just started to put some ideas together for that. You know, it doesn't seem possible that the holidays are thinking of coming, but another month or so, because you'll start seeing some of these stores getting the Halloween stuff out.
Well, I'm already getting things about fall clothes, because now the 4th of July's over, summer clearance, everything must go, and they're starting to bring in the fall clothes already. And the back to school. I mean, it's still, 6 weeks away.
That was done the day after they left school. I came out with that stuff. But and then I just noticed at Dame's School on Canterbury Road, I had to go over there today for some paperwork for this event, and the cornerstone of that building, it says 1941 when it was built. So that means that's a special anniversary this year. 75th?
Yes, 75th. Yes, it would be 75th.
And nobody's mentioned anything about it?
No.
So I'm going to mention something. We should do something. Because I guess now they have got the city council has a lot of the money to build that community center.
Yes, I heard about that.
And they're going to tear down the section that was where I went to 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grades over there. And they're going to keep everything from the auditorium out of the other wing, the newer wing. In a way, I'm kind of sad about that because I just feel to tear down that whole other wing is, it's kind of...
It is.
Part of the thing, but I saw that. But hopefully, the money will be there and the people will support it. But I don't know. It's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
But then you look in downtown. They're working on South Main Street, and I haven't heard of anybody thinking about the Concord Theater here. They keep fishing about it, but they keep saying there's something in the wind, but where is it in the wind?
Yes, I've not heard anything definite. I know the individuals that own it have a lot of back taxes the Monitor wrote about, too, and I don't know whether someone's going to come in and pay those taxes and take it over as... and see. But, it's now been closed for 22 years, and that, I really am concerned about the state of the actual building.
I know.
If you don't have that kind of care, and if it hasn't been heated, the auditorium part, for, decades, there, may be problems, because I know when Barry Steelman looked at it around the year 2000, he went in, because before Red River, he was thinking of doing something. And he realized at the time there was so much that would need to be done at that time. And so I don't know what's, going to ever eventually happen. But it would be a shame to lose that because, it's a part of the history of the city.
Sure,
And,
sure.
I mean, when you estimate in the course of 60 years how many people went there, every walk of life, depending on what the movie was.
Oh, I know.
And I mean, it's much like with the Capitol Theater, which
Yeah.
fortunately they saved as the
Oh, I
Capitol
know.
Center.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, our city auditorium we almost lost at
Oh,
one
I
time.
know. Yeah.
And we've lost the Anacarico Theater.
Yes, that's gone.
Which the music club put so much, the Concord Music
I
Club,
know.
to name it for Angela Anacarico.
Yeah.
And that's now gone.
Yeah.
So, we lose little pieces of our community.
It is. It's sad because
It is.
Concord has got such a history. But
Yes. And nobody seems to really...
Nobody seems to
No,
really,
no.
care
Well,
about
because
it.
a lot of the people that make decisions came here to accept a job or something else, so they don't have the deep roots or anything else. They're going to hire a development person, but they'll get somebody for $100,000. They'll get somebody from out of state who has never visited here, doesn't understand the community, and comes in with all of these great ideas, but doesn't really know the community and what would work, what wouldn't work, and there needs to be a city historian, someone who really understands the history of the community, and they need to work in conjunction with somebody like that to make sure that we also build state capitals. I mean, you go to Montpelier, Vermont, or Boston, Mass. They are, as state capitals, recognize that a lot of the reason people come there is for the history. And it's not, we're never going to be Burlington, Vermont, or Keene, or Portsmouth, or anything else. We're not a college community. We don't have, that to drive us, but we have our history, and that would be, something that would be important to recognize. But
Oh, exactly. Yeah. And now they're talking about increasing parking on Main Street.
yes,
And boy, that's got the merchants up in arms about that. And I
Well,
don't blame them no
no.
way.
no, 75 cents to $1.75. That's more than double.
Yeah.
And the fines from $10 to $25.
Yeah.
And it's, as somebody wrote in the Monitor the other day, well, they've just found a solution as to how to save the mall because, make downtown so unaffordable that everybody will start going back to the mall.
Yeah.
Because it's free parking.
Yeah.
And, but I mean, there's still no solution to what's going to happen with the mall.
Got to have some stores up there first.
Yes, exactly.
You know,
Some
I
stores
mean,
that'll
I mean,
actually.
yes, I hear about the bouncy houses and all that, but that's not shopping in there.
No.
And the food court is a disaster. So.
Right. Yes. So if you were going to go there for the whole day, you would run out of things to do after an hour. But
Yeah.
but there aren't a selection of places to go to eat or anything else. It's just
Well,
it's-
Chipotle there, how you pronounce
Yes.
it, that's opened up.
yes,
So.
yes.
But that's nothing I'd go for. You
No,
know?
no. I mean, it's
And of course, the Dairy Queen's coming back
yes,
into the Heights.
yes.
No,
After
isn't
all
that?
these years.
I know, and it's funny because the original building is still there. on
Still there,
Brogan.
Arnie's. Yes.
But I mean, now with Dairy Queen coming back in, what's going to happen there? I haven't seen any work going on there though yet.
I haven't yet. No.
I was under the impression they were going to tear down that theater.
The theater and fix the parking lot,
Yeah.
which has craters 25 feet deep.
I see the Halloween stores got signs up now in the mall that they're coming back in
Yeah, coming
Circuit
back
City,
for
but
the-
they always did that. But they won't start till September.
I wonder if the other Halloween
I
place
don't
will
know.
go up where the video used to be next to the theater.
because they did.
Yes.
They said that they did a big business there last year.
Mhm.
But I don't know. It's crazy, and you just look around and you just wonder. You know, it's like, boy. And there was no Memorial Day parade this year
No.
because of the rain, and then they couldn't get inside the State House.
And I guess they're changing security at the State House. It's going to be more.
Well, this is the other show we just did, but they're going to have the Capitol security armed. They are now the guys who were up there. And I've always said, especially since being a legislator, that I'm surprised they don't have guns or something because
Some of the legislators bring them in.
Oh yes, not me. But
No.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true, and I mean, it is a very scary situation for them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they're going through some training now, from what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's been a crazy summer and spring, but
It has been. Yes.
and the kids are getting ready for school again, another month
Yeah.
or so, and
Because school starts before Labor Day.
yes, it does.
And we're halfway now, just about through July.
Yep.
So they're, already
Yes,
focusing on
And
it.
I turned 64 on July 17th.
Yes,
so-
you do. Yes,
Yes, Can
Sunday.
you imagine that? 64 years old.
Uh,
But yeah, it just doesn't seem possible. And now you, with your teaching, you must start now. When's your next classes start?
Next class doesn't start actually the fall one until October.
Okay.
I'm doing one in Portsmouth, Conway,
Wow.
and here in Concord, and then one out at New England College.
Because I was going to say the tech school, I know,
Yes.
starts around Labor Day.
Yes,
And
but
of course, UNH starts at the same time.
mhm.
But,
Yeah.
and you can go out and see that brand new scoreboard, their new stadium.
Oh, really?
Oh yes, UNH has built a brand new football stadium down there.
Oh.
The seats, I think, it's going to seat around 20,000. I think.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, some of the legislators were up in arms about it
Mhm.
because they thought they were using state money or whatever. I don't know, but but in order to attract, championships there from the NCAA, they had to upgrade that stadium. Was so old that they had to do
Right.
something.
Yes.
So now it should be the good class or new good advertisement for football at UNH because they need it. I mean, the team has been doing well.
Yes. Well, that's what they had. Went back what to the 30s or 40s
Oh,
at least.
yeah.
At least.
That,
Yeah.
So,
Well.
and like you said about the 4th of July fireworks, I sat there thinking about Memorial Field, and
Mm-hmm.
I thought, boy, from the years that I first went there back in the late 50s when I was about 6 years old or so, and it was just tradition.
Oh, and it was a real community event.
Yeah.
Virtually everybody seemed to be represented there.
They had
Yeah.
4 vendors.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
Mhm.
But and of course they don't shoot. People were surprised. I was talking with some about the finale.
Mhm.
They never had the big finales like they do now.
No. Mm-hmm.
Back then,
We had the boats.
they had the boats.
Yes.
And they had their firing at each
Yes.
other, and then all of a sudden,
Mm-hmm.
the flag lit up in the middle
Yes.
of them there, and
Yes.
that was it.
That was it.
You didn't have this boom,
No.
boom, boom.
But it was great.
Oh,
it was,
I know. Yeah.
It was really the city really put
I-
on a great display.
I don't think they do those ground displays anymore that
Probably
I know
not.
of,
No.
because there was also one like the clothesline, if I remember right. That was
Mhm.
one that would
Mhm.
go off through
Mhm.
there, and seems like there was there was spinning wheels or
Mhm.
something. It was like that. I had that too. But
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, Nevers band was always down in that corner there on the field,
Mm-hmm.
on the football field.
right.
Then they stopped them from being on there, and they're over there now. And they still don't have a concession building.
Mm-hmm.
I was told by David Gillis so that it was going to cost $75,000 or more to build it
Ah.
and get it stocked with
Right.
the right material,
Yes.
appliances
Right.
and all that. And they just said that nobody could really afford to do it. No funds for it.
Now they are doing a new skate house, right, at White's Park this
I
year,
guess
think?
so. I haven't heard much
No.
more about that.
There was talk about it, but I don't know whether it ever came to fruition or not, or was voted on, or anything else. But
Exactly. And it's just been really crazy. But I don't know, Paul. It's been a really busy summer. In some ways.
yes.
A lot of sickness out there, but
Oh, a lot of people.
and I haven't spent so much time up at I call it McCurley's, but
Mm-hmm. It'll always
Pleasant,
be McCurry's,
yeah, Pleasant
yeah.
View with my sister there.
Mhm.
And I have to say though, Dr. Sean Burns up at Concord Ortho, he is excellent.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you ever, because she was scared of surgery, but if you ever have to have surgery of your ankle or your leg or whatever, he is just
He
out
really
of this
is.
world. Oh my
Uh-huh.
gosh, I've never had such a good guy as him, and Dr. Casey too. But Burns is the one that did the actual surgery, and that guy, I'm telling you, he is just so down to earth. And he wasn't at first, but we got talking football, and that's what brought him out.
Yes.
Because he's a Texas Longhorn, and Dr. Casey said to me, he said, "You don't mess with Dick Patten because he's a Michigan Wolverine." and that broke the ice. I tell you, you just never know.
No, you don't. You really don't. You know, the way the humidity and the heat has been always makes me remember as a kid, we'd go to the Concord Drive-In.
Oh, yes,
and
I know.
It was never stifling. I could only imagine now sitting there in a car when it's as hot as it has been and humid, because it used to cool off at night.
Oh, yeah.
And you'd go to the movie and it started after dark.
You had that noise speaker in
there.
Car.
Yes. And
roll your window down and put it in there.
And I don't ever remember the family, collapsing from the heat or anything. It would cool down at night.
Because we would have our pajamas on. My folks would have us ready for bed.
Yes. Well, we'd have to, after the first feature, which was usually a Disney for the kids, we would go in the back of the station wagon and go to sleep. Yeah. And they would watch, whatever they wanted to.
Sure.
And there aren't many drive-ins left in New Hampshire. No.
I don't think that. I know this. I thought that the Weir's still there.
It's still there?
I don't think it is.
I don't hear anything about it.
Milford supposedly Woodsville lost theirs. They tore that one down.
Oh,
and that was a shame.
That's too bad.
So I don't know if there's any left or not.
Because we had the Concord and then the Sky High in Bosquen.
Oh God, and Sky Ray
and Hooksett. And the Bedford Grove had one. The Bedford Grove Drive-In. Yeah. And then the Pine Island Drive-In and the Manchester Drive-In. Yeah. And so there were, all kinds of options available. I think Litchfield had one that became known for other kinds of films eventually.
I have to say, though, I really like Cinemagic and Hooksett.
Yes.
I really enjoy that.
Those stadium seating is nice. Well, so is the other one. The Regal in Hooksett is wonderful. They have reclining chairs with footrests.
Oh, really?
They took out all the other seats, and they only have about 70 seats now in each cinema. They're as big as this, except they have footrests, and they go way back, and you can reserve your seat ahead of time.
Oh, that's good.
So you know where you're going to be sitting and all of that. But they're even more comfortable than the stadium at Cinemagic now. And I wish here in Concord they would put in those.
I know, it don't seem to.
No. I mean, they it's unfortunate because there was talk at one point that the place that's going to be torn down was going to go with stadium seating. Yeah. When that was the entertainment cinemas, and then nothing ever happened. They just closed. And for our only theaters, you would think we would warrant something that was a little bit more luxurious, because Red River is nice stadium seating.
Yeah, I've never been in there.
You've got to go sometime. It really.
But I thought they said the seating, some of it though was like folding chairs or something.
No, only in the little. They have two stadium seating. One seats about 150 and one about 200, and they're all the tiered. Oh. And that's where the main films play. The small one, they just show, different kinds of smaller films. But when they get something decent, check it out, because it really is comfortable. It really is very nice. But I wish we had. And check out the one in Hooksett too, because
I used to go. We went to Regal once or twice.
Well, now that it's they gutted the entire inside and turned it into these wonderful easy chairs, and you can fall asleep. If the movie bores you, you can doze off and be happy.
We went to the one up there in Franklin at Tilton at Smitty's.
And
you could order your food there, sit there and sit in chairs or like around a car as we were. That was fun. We haven't been back there, but the old days the movies bored. Then of course head over to A&W Root Beer for
yes.
That was always
coming
Sophie.
out. Yep.
I tell you.
And beforehand, you could go to Kinniston's over there and get, a meal. We went there a lot on Fridays because you had to eat fish on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
And Howard Johnson's never had the fish fry all you can eat on Friday night. It was always Thursday night.
Oh, weird.
And so us Catholics, we had to have fish on Fridays. So it would usually be Kinniston's on Friday night. Yeah. And everything. But It was fun. It was a great.
I know, and we didn't have much money, but we always made do. My folks do, and we had a lot of fun.
We had imagination.
Yes.
And we didn't need to be entertained. We could entertain ourselves.
Oh yeah.
And that was. I feel badly today because I think people have lost the ability to create their own fun if they don't have something electronic to help to fulfill that. So
you mean you haven't bought a Pokemon
nope.
yet?
Oh
my God! I bet he's got one. I bet Ian's got a Pokemon.
No, I won't.
Oh, I bet he does. Look at him laughing over there. I bet he's got one.
I'm not going to.
Can you imagine that thing though? That's the biggest craze going on now.
No, I refuse to cave into.
I wouldn't even know how to operate it anyway.
I wouldn't either.
I can't even operate my cell phone, let alone Pokemon. But isn't that crazy though?
It is. But people jump on board. And
my gosh!
How many billions they made in the first few days? 9 billion or something in sales.
I still don't understand it.
I don't either. No.
But at least the kids are getting outside.
Yes, that's true.
They're actually walking around on purpose.
Yes.
But they don't know where they're walking sometimes. That's what I understood.
They just aimlessly randomly walk into traffic, apparently. That's happened.
It has, yes.
Well, are you going to get a Pokemon?
No.
You don't want that on your Christmas list?
No, I actually have a life.
Well, that's good. Good. I'm glad you do. Yes, you're busy doing stuff here.
Yes.
Well, and I'll lose you to Hollywood probably. But I hope not. But you know how it goes.
Yes.
It's not like you have to worry about finance issues.
Yeah, but you've got to be so proud though, Ian, of what you're doing with us. I am watching YouTube and seeing how many viewers are plugging in there, boy. And him and I, looks like our shows are probably one of the most watched that I can see on there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm seeing. I mean, there are some other ones, but we have a lot. I know the viewers are really tuning in. Maybe because they think we're going to come out with something good. I don't know.
Yes. Well, we say what's on our mind.
That's right.
I guess you guys just know the most amount of people.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah, really.
Yes. I've got enough dirt on most of them. I threaten them if you don't watch the show.
There you go. It's part of your class.
Exactly.
I have to laugh when I go downtown, though. Sometimes I think of the old days of Carlene's there.
Oh yes, Carlene's Cafe.
The drunks.
Yes, the flop house is what it was.
My mother would say, "Don't look over there."
Yes,
don't look
but you could smell it.
Oh yeah.
The smell of.
Oh, that was so funny, Carlene's. And then Baker Boy Bakery was a good place to go. And, and we were talking about the county courthouse redoing it over, and I thought, wow, that's going to be quite a change too. Mm-hmm. But then I keep thinking about Newberry's and
Woolworths and Kresge's.
Yeah,
all the nice.
And they won't let a dollar store. They don't want a dollar store to come down there.
Which makes no sense.
And I enjoy going to the dollar store up on the Heights there. I really do. I buy stuff I probably won't even need, but it's kind of fun to see that stuff again. But I don't know, Paul. And it's just interesting, I guess, or crazy from what we're seeing. Of course, they're building on to McKenna House. I did see that, the big addition they've got going on up there, which is sorely needed. And there again, nothing's been talked about this coming winter with housing for the homeless.
And there would have needed to be a plan in place by now, because in 4 months it'll be the 14th of November as we tape this. Yeah. And you would need to have something in place, unless they're counting on hitting up St. Peter's again.
I don't think they can.
But it again, there needs to be leadership as far as we need to address this problem, and we need to address it 6 months ago for next year, so that it is because if we have a winter last year we're fortunate it wasn't horrible like the year before, but if we have a winter like the year before, there is what are we going to do, and it's unfortunate, but we don't run the world.
No, that's my ding-a-ling telling me stop talking for me.
I thought you were talking about me.
No, gosh, no. Okay. I couldn't. You and I could sit and talk all day.
Okay.
Well, with that in mind, it's been fun again to have Paul Brogan come on and do our talking about Concord then and now and what's happening. And many thanks again to Ian for all he does for the show. And again, look us up on YouTube, and get a chance to see the shows that he's done for us. With that in mind, thank you for joining us in Around Town. I'm your host, Dick Patten. Enjoy the summer.